Hi, I'm Ian. I'm a lawyer for creators. Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about NFT music apps. Specifically, there's the promise out there that NFT music apps are actually going to pay us to listen and to create music online. I'm super excited about this because for a long time, for creators that I represent, there's been an ongoing problem, and that is them getting paid. There's always a problem with a music company comes in and represents an artist, and they take a majority of the revenues, and the artist gets some, but not a lot per stream. That's changing with these new NFT music apps, and today we're going to go through some of them. There's one in particular that I want to set you hip to because I think it's the one that's going to lead in the day, and I think it's the one that you need to be aware of. Spotify, I don't know if you've seen the stock market, but its stock has been going down continuously for the last couple of months or so. But this one music app, this NFT blockchain music app, is actually blowing up. There's recently been announced a TikTok partnership with this one music app. And I think you're really going to like it because it gives you the ability to listen and to create music on the platform and make money at the same time. So let's get into it right now. I'm going to show you this one music app that I'm excited about, and I'm going to flip our screen on here. Share the screen. And here it goes. What I'm going to do right now is show you the mobile version of this particular app. It is called Opus Music. And you click on that, and then you will see there songs that kind of proceed just like Spotify. Also, it's kind of interesting. It works also like Twitter. So you can they call it repost, but you can play a song and then you can repost it out there for the people that follow you. It's an app for both artists and listeners. So it's great. It's kind of like incorporating entirely community. It works just the same as any other streaming app. You can just click on that and push play. I'm not playing it for you right now because of copyright issues, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You obviously can heart the songs, but the best part in the world are these audio rewards. And I talked about at the beginning of our show today and also in the thumbnail about getting paid for listening to music. We're going to go into a little more detail, but here's just the basics. What it has here is the ability for you to create playlists in Opus and then, of course, publish them. And the top 5 playlists that are trending actually will be awarded 100 audio, which are tokens in the Opus system. Right now, audio tokens are selling for the neighborhood of about $1.58 on the crypto exchanges. So, $100. 100 audio is, what is that? 150, 200 bucks or so. So by just you listening to music, curating a playlist, and every single week, you could be awarded these Opus or audio tokens. There's other ways to make money by kind of finding underground music that's trending and get paid for that. Additionally, we haven't talked about this yet, but if you are an artist, you can frankly, if you're anybody, you can easily upload a music track to Opus and get paid per stream. We're going to go to some of those details in a minute, but what I want to do right now is say hi to some people that are on the line. Let's see, click it on. Let's see, we got Kim is here. Kim, hi, Ian. Always looking forward to the stream. Love the pic of you in the thumbnail. Your look reminds me of a look on our sons' faces in old school photo booths when they were babies. Well, thank you so much, Kim. Thank you for joining us. We got Diana today. Good morning, Diana. She's saying happy Saturday. We also have Jonathan Garcia joining us. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for putting in the comments your name. Appreciate that. We also have Queen Helen Casey. What's scamming today? I love Queen. She always keeps us honest. Thanks for joining us. We also have Cobalt Plays. Good morning. And Arc Angle. YOLO. You only live once. That's what you're saying. So anyway, let's do another screen share here because I want to show you more about this Opus app where you can actually get paid to listen and to create music. So what we'll do is we will share the screen and we'll go to the Chrome tab and we will go to the blog for a moment. So what Opus did, they started back in 2018 with a funding round of about $5 million. And since then, they've been blowing up. They've been doing really well. So we talked about it before, but you get rewards for listening to Audius music. And these rewards come in the form of audio tokens. So for these 4 categories, the top weekly trending track, the top 5 weekly trending playlist, the top 10 monthly API, and the first verified account upload, you are getting money in the form of these audio tokens. So just talk about it kind of briefly. If you're an artist and you upload some music, you put it on there. If you are a top 5 trending music tune, you are going to be paid in the neighborhood of 100 audio. I think it's going to be, that's like 300. Is it $350? What is it right now? I should check. It's 158 times 100. Yeah, so 158 bucks. 158 bucks plus what Audio and Audius are doing in the future is they are paying artists directly. So the money from the people who are participating in the Audius platform are paying the artists directly for the streams. Now, it's not unclear if all the artists are getting paid right now, but it's happening in the near future. And the estimates are that artists will be making in the neighborhoods of 35 cents per stream, which is substantially more. I think it's 20 times more what artists make generally on Spotify. So not only do you get paid for having a track that's popular, that's trending, but you also get paid for creating a playlist, which we talked about before. And then also Audius wants you to interface with its platform. So the top 10 APIs per week, I think, get 500 audio tokens. And what you might do with that is there might be some curation platforms, there might be some social media platforms that you could create that interface with Audius, and you're going to get paid for that. And then they also have a first verified account upload. Audius works with both Instagram and Twitter. They work together. And if you have a verified account on either, and then you upload a song, you're going to get paid some money from Audius. So it's pretty amazing what they are doing. I was going to take you to a couple more articles because it's even better than that. Let's see right here. Are we on here? Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this. So we also have the ability for you to gain credibility on Audius. So if you are the holder of, I think it's the minimum. The minimum is, 10 audio tokens. Then you are rewarded with a bronze badge on your account. So people who see you as either an artist or a listener or both are going to see, hey, I'm participating in this community. I have 10 of these audio tokens. And then, of course, they move up to 1,000. You get another silver badge. And if it's 10,000, you get a gold badge. And obviously, if it's 100,000, you get a platinum badge. But another way to participate in the music NFT community by showing up for the community and for the platform, as opposed to merely being on Spotify, paying for maybe a premium account and liking things and having playlists. You can do all of that on Audius, but you can also kind of have a little status, which is kind of fun. I have been excited about that status part when I've been using a lot of my Discord stuff, and it's been cool to be able to earn different levels of status in the platform. So let's see, we got the Audius rewards, audio badges, and the other one I wanted to point out to you too is that Audius is also becoming an NFT platform. What they want to do is they want to allow you as an artist or a listener on your page, because you have a profile page. I'll show you mine in a minute. It allows you to show off your NFTs, not only your music NFTs, but your digital art NFTs, frankly, any NFT as part of your page. So to further kind of, I don't know what it is, have some engagement with your fans on your Audius page. This is something that can be viewed not only on the mobile version of the Audius platform, but also the desktop. So I'm going to stop sharing that one, and I'm going to move on to, I want to show you my stream real quick so you can kind of see what it looks like on the desktop. Let's see. Okay. All right, so this is the desktop version of Audius. So you can see that right there. And so we can go to my page. What it does is when you sign up for Audius, it immediately imports your stuff, if you'd like. You don't have to do it this way, from Twitter or from Instagram. So you can kind of have a kind of completed page already. You can see that it requires you to follow some artists. So I'm following some artists. And I guess I have one follower. Maybe that's myself. I don't know. I just recently started the account. But then again, you can do the same thing as you could with Spotify. There's not only obviously a website platform for Audius, but also there is a desktop platform. So you can have it playing in the background whenever you're doing what you're doing. So yeah, those are some of the points to mention on Audius. Again, one of the problems that platforms like Audius and some more that we're going to talk about a little bit later is that right now there are middlemen between the artist and the fans. And a lot of times those middlemen, whoever those people are, those corporations, Sony Music, whatever it is, they're taking a majority share of the revenue from artists. And really what Audius and the other NFT music apps are trying to do is they're trying to take that middleman away, which is very consistent theme with NFTs and crypto and blockchain in general. So that's what's going to be happening. If you are an artist, you want to put some music up there, you can do it right now and you can get paid right now. Like I mentioned before, it's anticipated that you'll be paid 35 cents per stream. So you got to understand that, 1,000 listens to your music could be about $350. So it really could add up. Whereas I did write down that currently the average payout for Spotify is 0.00437 per stream. So you definitely could make more money on a music NFT app. Some of the artists that have signed up for Audius are Skrillex, Weezer, Deadmau, Diplo, and Odeza. Also, Katy Perry recently signed up. And one of the big points for me as being a lawyer for creators is that Audius, and I want to say the other music apps that we're going to talk about today, have promised that there won't be censorship. Again, they are on a decentralized blockchain platform. They're going to control the content on that platform. And frankly, what Audius will tell you is that you're going to control that, because when you own audio tokens, you have the ability to vote. They call it governance. You have the ability to make decisions about the community. And I guess if there was a desire by the Audius community to bring in censorship, that's one thing. But right now, the community is saying no censorship. You can put up what you want on the platform. There's also staking, which we'll go into more detail later for a variety of different reasons. But there is the ability that you can participate in formation of new audio tokens and get rewards by just holding audio. I think the requirement now is 100 audio tokens to be able to do staking. I'm going to explain staking to you in another video because I think it's something you're going to want to do, especially as we move into 2022. It's a great way to just make money on your crypto that's just sitting there. So we'll talk about that later, but you can do that with Audius. And then the big announcement was on August 17th, 2021. TikTok is now a partner of Audius. What does that mean? That means that artists who've uploaded their songs onto Audius can actually just send them straight over to TikTok, incorporate them in their TikTok videos. It's been said that TikTok right now is the #1 way to get discovered as a music artist. And now Audius and none of the other NFT music apps are working with TikTok. And then the other thought is that I don't know if it's exactly yet. I tried to check it this morning, but it didn't work. You can, as a TikTok creator, maybe not an Audius music creator, but a TikTok creator, you can use Audius music in your videos too. So it expands the available types of music that you can include. I spent some time on Audius looking at the various tracks. Let's close here. Listening to some songs, and I got to tell you, I like them. It's very current. It's very remix oriented, and that saying, I want to show you. Did I have it up here? I wanted to show you how there's a remix. This is really cool. The remix thing. Can I just search this or something? I want to show you. There's a blog page about the remixes, which I thought was awesome. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, remix contest. Now check this out. This is awesome. So this is if you're an artist, and what you can do on Audius as opposed to other platforms is you can individually upload the stems for your music. So let's say you have vocals, you have drums, you have bass, you have guitar, maybe you have a keyboard. You can individually upload those to Audius. And you can also upload, obviously, the finished track. If you want to host a remix contest, then when you do that, you just put in your title, remix contest, which says it right here. And what that'll allow people to do is to take those stems, make different remixes, and then post them. And then the artist itself or herself or himself can listen to those remixes because they're all tagged, they're all corralled in one area. In this case, you'll set a time limit for the contest. This is December 16th. And then at the end of that, you can announce a winner and you can give out audio tokens to the winner of the best remix. So not only does it allow people to be more engaged in your music, your music creation, but it also drives more interest on the music, and you have the chance of winning more audio tokens to be a trending song. So I love that feature. There's no other app that's doing that feature. The remix contest, I think it's a great way. One of the problems with artists is I work with them all the time, is especially ones that are struggling, is that they don't have that much money, and the biggest thing about making successful music is the marketing part, and so they don't have tremendous amount of money. They're doing TikToks, and that's kind of free, but this is another way for you to do marketing for free. I mean, you can pay in audio tokens for the winner of the contest, but basically for a low amount of money, and get people engaged in your music. And I got to tell you, the only app that I've seen that does this is Audius. Now, everybody just know I'm stoked on Audius. I'm not sponsored. I've never talked to anybody. I just really think that this is the future of music: getting paid to listen, getting paid to create. So that is what's going on there. Let's put this here. Stop sharing there. All right, so let's just say hi to some more people today because it's coming in here. We got Burks Records joining us today. Burks. There we go. Hey, good to see you, Burks. I'd love to look more about what Burks Records does. We got Momo Makes Stuff. Hi, great to see you all. Great to see you, Momo. We got Faison Michael. Looking forward to this. Faison, I got to tell you, Audius and some of the other platforms we're talking about, get on them now. Kevin Hawthorne is here, always from Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you, Kevin. And then Matthew's here. Good to see you, Matthew. We got a question from Archangel. Is there a way for digital artists here to contribute? Now, I'm understanding you to mean Audius, not necessarily to my channel, but yes, if you're talking about Audius, you can immediately upload your songs right now. I mean, you can just get the app, sign in, and start uploading and making money right now. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, and then here's Faison. He's talking about there's another music NFT app called Rocki, and he's right. That's the second one that I want to discuss today. So let's do that. Let's share that. Why is that popping up? Oh, there it is. All right, so here's Rocki. Now, I've spent some time on the Rocki website. I have not signed up for an account because you got to link up your MetaMask, or in my case, my MetaMask wallet. I just didn't want to do that right now. I didn't want to buy more, more crypto than I already have. But Rocki is an interesting project. Again, these projects' main goal is to take away the middleman and allow people to engage in music in a more multimedia way. Produce, like if you go to OpenSea and you go to most of the music NFTs, you're going to see a video, you're going to see an image, you're going to obviously hear the music, you're going to see the stems, and sometimes you can buy individually the stems, and then you're going to see the finished track. It's a full experience out there. And what's so great about NFTs, and again, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm a shill for NFTs, but I'm just so excited about the technology, is the proof of ownership. The ability for you to be maybe just one owner, or maybe 5 owners of the entire multimedia experience. And Rocki does that. It has a typical interface here where you can listen to tracks. Let's see if it works there. Like this is Cotton Eyes. I don't know if you can hear that now. And I also listen to Virus. Hopefully I won't get a card because I said the word. But that's going on. So it's a traditional player. You can see at the bottom, it has the tracks that can play while you're doing work or whatever. It has the ability for you to trade NFTs, to make NFTs, and to post them for sale. So it's also an NFT platform. I have to tell you that Audius is not that way. Audius is more like Spotify or SoundCloud. It's more of you come there, use your tokens to unlock certain features, use your tokens to sponsor artists, that kind of thing. Whereas Rocki's more of kind of like a combination of a music player and also an NFT, exchange. Not a lot of big famous artists on Rocki. So whereas Audius, we're looking, chain smokers, whereas not a lot of big artists. I will say this, and this will lead me to my discussion about copyright music NFT, because that's a big deal. A lot of on these music NFT platform apps, we're seeing copyright issues because of the fact that a lot of these are remixes. So you might scroll through the market and you find something, maybe it's a famous artist, but it's not the actual famous artist. It's actually a remix that someone is using for, to get attention to their music. So they have that. They also have staking, so you can, participate. At Rocki, they have Rocki tokens, which are less expensive than audio. It says here 0.34, about 0.35, 35 cents a Rocki token. So that's one option, one reason why you may want to be involved in the Rocki music NFT app, whereas audio is more expensive. I mean, even right now, we had a major drop in crypto prices. I think it was last night. It was unbelievable. But even now, Audius is 185, and actually the audio token is 185, and it was just shortly a couple of weeks ago at $3. So it was pretty big. And then one other thing I was going to highlight for you that Rocki does have, and Audius does to a certain extent. Rocki has a support fund that's going to be worth $1 million, about $1 million, and it's going to help artists kickstart their business again and generate so much needed revenue in these post-pandemic times. Every enrolled artist will each receive a part of the Artist Relief Fund in the form of Rocki cryptocurrency, which they can spend on improving their brand, marketing, promotion, music production, or minting music NFTs on Rocki and through our official partner network. So, a lot of these NFT music apps are putting their money where their mouth is. And whereas Audius is paying you for streams, Audius is paying you to win contests if you're an artist, Rocki's doing something similar. And that is, if you enroll yourself as a Rocki artist, you will be eligible for part of this $1 million of Rocki tokens. Mind you, I've looked at the terms and conditions on these websites because that's my hobby. And it does not appear that there's exclusivity required. I anticipate as more and more music apps start to kind of rise up and they maybe even take over from Spotify and Apple Music for a period, we're going to see more exclusivity provisions in the contracts with the music artists. In other words, I'm a Rocki guy, I'm an Audius guy, I'm an Opus guy. We're going to talk about Opus too. And so we're going to start to see that. Right now, the platforms are just trying to get any and all artists on the platform. They're trying to get followers. So they're not requiring exclusivity, but I anticipate that that's going to be happening pretty soon. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing that one up. Stop this one right here. Thank you, Faison. I appreciate that. Okay, Queen says, nope, don't want that either. Well, Queen, what are you going to do? I know you listen to music. I mean, you don't have to jump into the metaverse and to NFTs necessarily. You could still listen to music through these apps. Generic says, is a stream on Audius the same idea as a view on YouTube? That's correct. As far as I understand, having read the white paper, it's the same thing. So, and also I think at this stage, it's not really clear, but whereas YouTube, you're going to get credit for a view for a certain portion. And I want to say that's 30 seconds. I think it's 30 seconds or 45 seconds. With Audius, I believe that it's kind of like TikTok. It's like an exposure to a song is a listen. So, listen, I mean, I want the goal in life for being a content creator is engagement. So a 1 second listen to your song is not engagement. So I would rather you really work hard to get engagement so people want to listen to your 3-minute, 4-minute song. But there are credibility points in the business. And if you have 10,000 listens on Audius and it's only 1 second per listen, well, there is I won't deny that there's some value to that. So it is another way. It's kind of like some of the early platforms, people trying to take a foothold into them. I'm thinking about Clubhouse, right? Clubhouse. the app where people are trying to make their stake. A lot of people right now, a lot of the artists are kind of claiming their stake right now, trying to get those followers, trying to get those views so they can kind of control the platform and control their monetary ability with their music. All right, we're moving on to Kim Leeming. She has a general copyright question. No problem. Is it okay to include animated 3D characters of famous people in my videos without their permission, or is it problematic? It depends on what you're doing. The answer is generally no. Arguably, those images that you're crafting are from public images, those available to the general public, and you creating their caricatures or characters is not a problem because, frankly, it's fair use, right? You're teasing. It's a joking manner, so that would not be the problem. I think the only thing is if you were to, monetize these animated images other than just for a YouTube video, like actually sell sweatshirts or things like that, that's when we start getting into the area of violations of the right of privacy and violations of the artist's right, the person you're drawing in the animation, to make money off their image. So if you're just making videos and you're doing animations, that's fair use. And if it's obviously their original animations, you made them, that's fair use. So answer is no, it's not problematic. Ian works for the Illuminati. The only way to explain why he knows so much about this NFT is sorcery. No, Hell Rio. Listen, I got to tell you, I got to lay it on the line. I've just kind of, I was going for a while and enjoying social media and the whole thing. And then I started to just read these white papers on these NFT projects. And this was probably, it was probably back actually last year in 2020 when we were at home and I was just kind of getting excited about this stuff. And I found out that this is the way of the future and there's no denying it. So what I do is I spend a lot of my time just reading white papers, reading the behind the scenes for all these different platforms. And the reason why I want to do that is I kind of want to curate them, kind of like a playlist. I want to curate the good information, the only information you need to know, and then give it to you, so that you can use this information to expand your artistic creations and make money. I mean, I have a daughter. She is a great graphic designer, artist. And I encourage her every single day, not every day, but often, to start making NFTs. I mean, literally, it is not a difficult process. It is something where you can do your drawing. You can either have it scanned, you can do it on an iPad, whatever you want to do. And then you can just go to OpenSea, and I can show you how to do it right now if you like. Go onto the webpage and of course, if you have an account, and then upload it and then put it out there. And listen, we talk about flipping NFTs and making money. That's really important, but it's also cool to be able to put your art on a curated platform that's getting a lot of eyeballs. Even if you don't sell anything, you having a collection on OpenSea means something. So what I'm saying is, if you're already doing art, you're doing digital paintings, you're doing animations, you're putting out music, you're already doing it. Why not take literally 5 minutes extra to upload this stuff to your favorite NFT platform, blockchain platform? And even if you don't make money immediately with it, it's great. You're creating a museum of your work, a portfolio of your work that is open for anyone to see, that is accessible with a URL. So that's really... I really appreciate you saying that, Hell Rio. I used to work for the Illuminati. I no longer do that. But no, I just spend a lot of time on this because I want to help. And Queen Helen KC says, I prefer Pandora music. What is Pandora music again? That's that old platform that didn't work out. All right. Again, we're having LinkedIn problems. LinkedIn is so weird on the stream. SpongeBob, best channel ever. Go to SpongeBob, best channel ever. Evidently, it is the best channel ever. We have Matthew here. I had a flag uploading content on YouTube. Oh, but it was removed off. Subsequently, used my own music. Good. Yeah, we're seeing that. I was working with a creator yesterday in a consult, and we're seeing much more stringent enforcement of copyright rules. I don't know if you were aware of this, but last week, Twitter issued on their blog the proclamation that they are not allowing you to use art, as part of your Twitter post, your tweet, without the permission of the original artist. Kind of went by, people didn't really react to it, but my first thought was, oh wow, Twitter is not allowing fair use on their platform. All right, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean so much to me. I try to tweet as much as I can. I love the platform, but I'm not really there to show my images or to use other people's content there. I'm pretty much there just to talk about what I think. So I didn't think about that, but here's the problem. Twitter is one of the leading social media platforms, and so now Twitter has moved to not allowing what I would term fair use content, borrowed content, but transforming it the way you should. How long is going to be before Facebook doesn't allow it? How long it's going to be before Instagram doesn't allow it? And then, God forbid, YouTube doesn't allow it. I've been hammering the desk for 2.5 years now to creators saying, listen, I get that review videos are the most or one of the most popular. Children's videos are the most popular, but review videos are second. I get they're fun. I get that they're easier to make, and it's just fun to make review videos. Do a Cody Co video, it's great. But I keep saying this: there's a lot of risk when you make those review videos because you are borrowing other people's content without their permission, and it is arguable that it's fair use. The law does not recognize reaction. It does recognize critique and commentary. So I'm just using Cody Co as an example. Most of the time he's showing short clips and then he's commenting. He's making fun of it. He's parodying it. He's commentating on it. So usually it will fall. But I got to tell you, it's risky because the ultimate decision about fair use doesn't happen now. It doesn't happen when you get the copyright strike. It happens way long down the road by a judge. So I just want to let you know that, again, the tide is turning for use of borrowed content on the internet. The big corporations have invaded Web 2.0, and they're going to, Web 2.0, as I say, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, that's the old school. The big corporations have said, listen, we don't want copyrighted content on there without our permission. They've paid these firms. One of them is attributor.com. They pay lots of money to just scan the internet and to find video, find audio, and to find words that they believe are copyrighted and not being used without permission. When it comes to words, I got to tell you, I just had a recent creator where we got a copyright strike for use of words. So it is happening. It is happening now. And so be very careful. You want to make sure your fair use case is ironclad. Short clips, 2 to 5 seconds, commentary, critique on both sides, teaching, parody, those kind of things are the things that are going to make it through. But I think over time, especially in the Web 2.0 area, we're going to have less and less fair use. So what does that mean? That means don't get frustrated, move to Web 3.0. And that's where a decentralized network. One of the points I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned before, is that these music NFT apps are saying there's going to be no censorship allowed. And right now, it is the wild, wild west of copyright. I guess I can talk about it right now, but that's one of the problems with what we're seeing with a music NFT app. And that is that there are potential copyright problems. NFTs and blockchain was sold to us lawyers as this is going to solve the copyright problems because everything is proof of ownership, right? We can actually trace down who owns this. You can actually contact the account, go to OpenSea, click on the account that bought your NFT or bought the NFT that you want to use in your video, and you can contact them and say, do I have permission to use this? But it's not working out that way. The blockchain just yet is not incorporating copyrighted information there. So we are going to see another, we kind of went through it in 2006 to now in the Web 2.0. We had massive, memes and all sorts of borrowed content everywhere, no copyright lawsuits, all that kind of stuff. And then now we're moving into Web 3.0, where I think it's the Wild West of copyright. It's going to pose some problems. But if I were going to be the person choosing where to put my remix of, Lady Gaga and Guns N' Roses and Metallica, a really good remix, a good mix of artists there. If I was going to be that person, I would not be putting it on SoundCloud. I would be putting it on Audius, Rocki, or some of the other platforms we're going to talk, because the risk there is much less than the risk in Web 2.0. You got to remember, we're decentralized. in Web 3.0. We're decentralized on Audius. We're decentralized on Rocki. We are not. We are capable of being scanned by AI for copyright issues on Web 2.0. So just think about those things when you're publishing your art. All right, golly. So anyway, Matthew, I'm sorry that you had that flag. That sucks, but I'm glad that it sounds like it was resolved. Matthew says, I use my own music through, though, with your affiliate Creative Commons. Like, well, good. Thank you for doing that. Good job with citing it. That's the way to do it. All right, so we got Cobalt Fox Plays. I'm guessing using 3D cartoon characters would fall under parody because I see them a lot on YouTube. The answer to that question is absolutely yes. Yes, if you're doing cartoon characters to famous people, that's generally parody. All right, we got Erna Wiati. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, so Faison here. Really appreciate the video. Getting ready to release music for the first time, and I don't want to waste time with Spotify. Absolutely, Faison. Listen, I mean, you could do it, but if you're incorporating samples or other songs in your music, be very careful with Spotify. Be very careful with Patreon. Again, Web 2.0, scan for copyright issues. Web 3.0, there's no way to do it. Those companies that are doing all those scans and causing my creators to come to me and say, dude, I just lost my YouTube account. That doesn't happen in Web 3.0. So just think about it. All right, let's do some more talk on some of the platforms that we have here. So we talked about Rocki, we talked about Audius. Now we're going to move on to Opus. Let's do Opus. So Opus is another, and we're showing that up, another music NFT app. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, there it is. And so it works similar to Audius and Spotify. It has a mobile app that you can listen to music on. I have to tell you, even though they're featured in the HuffPost and Forbes and Crypto Coin News, they're not nearly as robust as Audius or even Rocki for that matter. But again, they're seizing upon this problem. It says here, artists are struggling to make sense of the mess that is royalty distribution in its present form and find it difficult to keep their fair share of the revenue they generate on existing platforms. Opus lets musicians keep close to 100% of their profits themselves, a truly revolutionary move in the music industry. So it's a revolutionary move, but it's actually happening for multiple platforms. Opus is saying that artists are going to be recovering upwards of 90% of their revenues. So there's going to be a revenue share with the platform to make the platform keep going. So that's exciting. The thing about Opus right now is it's not nearly as developed as Audius is. Doesn't have the artists that Audius has. And I've also noticed that it's a little bit slower. So this is early. I get it. I'm talking about stuff that you may not care about for another 3 months because it's moving that fast. But Opus is a website and a platform for you to keep an eye on as an artist and as a listener. I think Audius is the most developed right now, but I think that Opus's interface is great. There are artists that are part of it now. I don't know if you know those people, but I don't know those people. Whereas I know Katy Perry and some of the other ones we mentioned. So another platform that's doing its best to give more money to the artists. I think Opus is going to be more artist-centric. I think Audius actually eventually is going to be more listener-centric. They want to continue to reward listening on the platform as a way to have engagement with their artists. So, think about that, Faison, for your music. Let's move on to another one that we want to talk about today, and that's Vibrate. Let's see, Chrome tab. It's kind of a provocative name here. Vibrate. Allegedly, they have the largest music NFT song catalog out of any of these platforms we've talked about today. And the one thing that they benefit with is they're very international. They're across the world, whereas all these platforms are accessible from across the world, but this one is actually a lot of different users and listeners from across the world. They're showing us that they have some of these songs that are available for stream. It's unclear, having gone through the white paper, how they're partnering with these artists. I'm not exactly sure if Ed Sheeran is partnered or if he's just allowing borrowing these tracks for a period of time. But there are, successful artists that are on Viberate. Justin Bieber, BTS. I mean, you don't get huger than Ariana Grande or Billie Eilish. So there's a lot out there on this platform. Again, it's more of a listening platform. They also are trying to solve the problem about getting paid for artists. But it is, and it's also the other one thing I was going to mention too, is that they are trying to do a good job of connecting live events to the songs, which is another benefit to NFTs, music NFTs specifically. Artists are trying to give you more value when you buy their song or their stem. And so many of them are releasing, like with The Weeknd on OpenSea. If you go there right now, you'll see The Weeknd has a new song out, and it's available as an NFT, and there's limited copies available. What artists are doing is they're saying, listen, I'm going to release 2,500 versions of the song. You'll be the original owner of the graphics, the video, and the song, and maybe the stems. Maybe they'll have a remix contest, but they'll also have the ability for those owners to pay for a ticket to a very intimate show with The Weeknd. So they're really, and then they're having tiers of that. Then there's another tier for another song where you have the ability to be first in line to buy tickets at a large venue. They're trying to figure out ways to incorporate not only their music, their audiovisual stuff with live in-person performance. So it's an exciting time. I think that depending upon I wish I could show you. I think The Weeknd's thing is kind of expensive. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's like $500 or $1,000 for this one song. So it's pretty expensive right now, but things will come down. Crypto and the charges will come down. There'll be more ability. The gas fees will come down. And so it'll be more affordable over time. And then it'll all kind of balance out. But instead of you belonging to like a fan club and then getting an email about, hey, first notice, we're releasing, these tickets to the fan club. It's kind of a hokey way of Web 2.0 way of doing it. Now it's just going to be done through NFTs. You're just going to get a notice through whatever your platform is that they're going to allow you to buy tickets to this concert, and you can do it right then and there. You can do it with crypto. The transfer is immediate. The ticket comes as a virtual ticket, an NFT, probably a commemorative NFT that you can use and you can sell later. And you can use that NFT with the barcode or the QR code to go to the concert. So it's all going to be a seamless world. They're even doing this. I don't know if you saw, I think it was a year or two back, where they were having concerts on the various video games. So an animated version of a famous artist, I think it was Travis Scott was one of them, would show up in the metaverse of Fortnite. So you're playing your Fortnite game, you're killing people, and then they say, hey, pause. Do you want to come to this concert? You go to the concert, you watch them there. And so they're doing more of those in various metaverses, and they're allowing the NFTs to connect to that. So if you have this specific Travis Scott NFT, you can go to this metaverse performance of Travis Scott or a DJ, online at a given video game. So yeah, it's quite amazing. I am seriously blown away by all the ability of NFTs out there. All right, Hell Rio. Let's see, learning. And by the way, if you guys get a chance, can you give me a like on this video? I'd like for this video to get out. Again, I want to get the information out there that music is moving, music is changing. You can start right now and start making tokens and be one of the early adopters that uses your tokens to be able to go to concerts, create more music. So thumbs up would be awesome. Learning 3D modeling on open space software like Blender will be an excellent option to create your own content, and you will probably make money making NFTs that way. Absolutely. Hell Rio, keep learning 3D modeling. A short way of thinking about Web 3.0 and the metaverse is 3D, is converting the internet into a 3D experience. So people that are 3D artists who are making stuff on YouTube, making YouTube shorts, which are getting very popular. I would spend less time on that, even if you're getting millions of views of your shorts. And I would be more focused on moving that content to Web 3.0. I would be focused on making NFTs, frankly. Awesome animated looped NFTs, huge. More and more people just like you, Hell Rio, are learning late in life about 3D modeling because they want to be able to not only work in various metaverses, in other words, create parts of a video game, create a Roblox part or world, or create NFTs, or at the same time, use that content. We always talk about repurposing content on social media. Well, talk about opportunities in the metaverse to repurpose content. You create an awesome animation or meme, you can sell that to a various metaverse to include in their platform. You can put it in your own world, your metaverse world. You can include it as an in-game item that people could use, has functionality, or you could also make it an NFT that people can buy, they can own, maybe limited versions. You can make money from it. So from one animation that you spent an afternoon on Saturday, I don't know, 3D modeling, maybe it takes weeks. I don't, probably does. But for a short period of your life, one piece of art that's cool could really pay you a bunch of money. And as you saw from our last video, well, actually the last video that came out this last week, artists are making $50,000 on their NFTs. And listen, they're not U2. I mean, they're middle to lower level artists. They're making so much money allowing their music to be remixed. So if artists like music artists are making that much money, think about what you could do with animation. We could crank that out as quickly as possible. So good on you to learn 3D modeling. We're going to do more on 3D modeling. I think next live stream, one of our awesome fans is Coconut Pete, and he, I think it's just so amazing. He created an Ian Corzine world on Roblox. And so I'm going to release, if it's okay with him, because I actually asked his permission, we're going to be talking about that next week, and I'll show you what Ian Corzine world is. And I got to tell you, Coconut Pete got it pretty right on. So 3D modeling is where it's at. Futurology and Gamer Hub. Love the name of your channel. Yeah. So what Futurology says is, I predict that YouTube will become unpopular in the near future due to the rise of decentralized networks and the rise of cancel culture, like YouTube remove the dislike count button. Futurology, I've been banging on the table for 2.5 years about this. I don't know if YouTube is going to become unpopular. I mean, I think YouTube their route right now is heading to Netflix. They want to be an app on most people's Apple TVs or Fire Sticks or whatever you use for your TV, Roku. That's where they're going. So what does that mean for us? Us artists out there are going to be probably squeezed down, right? Because they're going to want more mainstream content to go on TVs. And so what started out as a creators only platform is, I think, going to be shrunk down. I think they're always going to allow the independent creators, people that they have relationships with, to be on the platform. I think that, it's just a community service that they'll allow people to have a YouTube channel. But I think what's going to end up happening is actually what Mark Zuckerberg projected. And that is, this phone of ours is just going to be too limited. It's just going to be too limited. It's going to be such a 2D experience. And we may use it for audio. That could be the thing, the long-term or long-form audio podcast. But for a lot of experiences, we're not going to be wanting that. We're going to be wanting probably augmented reality glasses, potentially goggles. I think we talked about it our last live stream. People are working with virtual reality goggles right now. There are companies out there that say it's less expensive for us to give you Oculus 2 goggles than it is to provide all the equipment you need to do your job. So I think, again, we showed it last live stream, but people put on the goggles and they go to work. Their keyboard right here works with the goggles through Bluetooth, and they can code, they can word process, they can swipe through their screens just like you swipe through your computer now. They can take phone calls. Right now, the Oculus allows the iPhone, I think an Android too, to work. So they'll see an image of their iPhone. They can take calls. They can do they can swipe and go to conferences with avatars or like Zoom video feeds. That's happening now. All right. So I think what we're getting at here is that while YouTube is wonderful, I'm very grateful to them. I've always been a big proponent of YouTube. They have the most freedom of expression of any platform right now. I do think that over time, it's going to be kind of limited. And so we're going to need to find places where we can put out our content into different platforms, and it's going to be more 3D. Someday I'll be making videos, I think, as an animated character, because I'll be 110 years old. You won't want to look at my face. But no, you could do content as an animated character. You can invite people to your world. We have YouTube channels now, but what if I just said, hey guys, we're going to do all our content in the future at this Roblox world. So just come to Roblox, Ian Corzine, and walk around. I'm going to meet you at the dock, and I'm going to give a talk about how to create digital art NFTs. So not only do you have the experience in your goggles or on your computer to walk around my world, but you have the experience to attend a lecture. Maybe I do a pre-recorded, quote unquote, recorded lecture. So on Saturdays, you have your choice between music NFTs, crypto, video content, and I have 3 separate lectures going on at the same time. You can walk between them. It's almost like a virtual multi-artist concert. So again, open the mind. There's so much that's going on out there, and I would love for you guys to get on the early wave as opposed to the later wave, because everybody's going to be in the later wave. Everyone's going to go, oh, this is actually pretty cool. This is decentralized, and I can say what I want to say, and I can have what communities I want to have. But the cool people are the people that are right now going, oh boy, I better work hard. I better learn 3D animation. I better learn how to upload my music to Rocki. I better figure out a way to distribute my videos on a platform that's decentralized. Those are the people that are going to be killing it going forward. I want you to be one of those people. Kim Leeming says, back to 3D characters of famous people. She has a lot of 3D character art going on. Can these characters be animated to say a famous quote from that person, or would that be crossing the line? Well, famous quotes require attribution. You can use them without getting permission, but it also depends, because a lot of famous quotes are public domain, in which case you would never need to transform or have permission. It would be interesting about how you would incorporate that. I'm assuming this is a video, maybe a meme or something, and there's a bubble popping up, and then there's a famous quote. I don't think you would have a problem with that. It's just that you'd have to cite it. So I don't know how it worked, but if you were in a YouTube video, you could put it in the description section. You could just say, Winston Churchill quote made in this speech on this date, that kind of thing. But it just depends on the platform that you're putting it on. There's got to be the ability for you to cite it. So however you want to do that, you can do that. But let me know more information. Let me know. Maybe I can figure it out, Kim. Artsy's got a side question. Is it worth it to upload covers at all on YouTube? They tend to get more attention than original songs if nobody knows who you are. Listen, I mean, that is a side question. No, it's a good question. There's a lot of people out there that get a lot of publicity from YouTube with their covers, and I made a video on it. If you want to go to my channel and watch it about how to do it. But I have to tell you that the days of YouTube covers are rapidly leaving us. Not only are creators coming to me in consults and saying, listen, I made these covers and now they're being claimed, but they're also saying they're getting DMCA takedown notices. In other words, they're getting copyright strikes. So that's happening. And then the other part is the eyeballs are TikTok right now, especially for music like that. If you're doing a 3-minute to 4-minute piece of music, getting that up on TikTok or a portion thereof, it's way easier to make popular. You get credibility numbers out of it. You're going to get more followers that way. And then also, despite the fact that Twitter's terms and conditions are super stringent on copyright, they're like, we do not tolerate you using any copyrighted content without permission. They are probably the loosest platform on copyright issues. So covers technically have to be authorized, licensed. You have to get a license from the original artist, multiple license, sync and mechanical. But With TikTok, you get the greatest leeway, especially if you change the instrumentation substantially. The AI is not going to pick up the song as much. And especially if you make a cover of a song that's already licensed to TikTok, that's even the best thing. So listen, no, I'm not going to stop you from making covers on YouTube, but you risk copyright strikes, you risk less eyeballs, whereas TikTok, you have less risk of copyright issues, and you have greater potential for views and credibility numbers like views and followers. So up to you on that one. Stretch your foundation. What platform would you recommend for creators who do art, 3D modeling, and animation? Well, I would recommend any of, I'm moving to Web 3.0 and I want to take you. So I would recommend, obviously, OpenSea gets the most eyeballs. Rare, Rareable, Super Rare, Foundation, Async Art, all those are great NFT platforms, but you kind of got to pick because you don't want you to spread out. What you really want to do is create a collection on one of the best platforms. So the answer to your question is right now, if you are making this kind of art, is to get a collection going on OpenSea. It's the easiest to start an account on. They use MetaMask wallet, which is the easiest and most robust wallet out there. There's a video coming out that I made. It took me forever to make, but it's coming out next week. It's all about integration between MetaMask and OpenSea, and also this cold storage device called Ledger Nano X. Wait for the video. I think it should be out on Tuesday. But I would start with OpenSea. Absolutely the best, easiest, most eyeballs. It's the best platform for that kind of art. And the other part is, don't be afraid to approach various platforms like Roblox. I'm thinking Decentraland, the Sandbox. Those create metaverse worlds, and you could also approach them about being an artist for them. They have lots of independent contractor artists that they have a need. There's people out there, it's so much stuff. There's people out there who buy land. They'll buy one by one. Let's say it's in the Sandbox, and they want to populate the land because they want to commercialize it. They want people to visit, and they want to put signs up for their brand or their company. And they need an artist to design all that crap. And right now, the Sandbox doesn't just do it. They have some basic items, but they need designers to do that. So if I were you right now, I would focus on like going to one of those platforms. If you were just a digital artist, go to OpenSea. But if you were going to do like animations and things of items and people, I would go to Decentraland. I would go to the Sandbox, and I would approach people about being their artists. And then I'd also go onto Fiverr and Upwork, and I would say I am a Decentraland graphic designer, and I'm available for work. I bet you could make thousands of dollars from your home if you're talented and you know the platform. It doesn't take much time to know the platform. You can just sit down for an afternoon or maybe a day, get your account set up, get your wallet set up, and then you know the platform. Get to the developer section. There's a kind of a download you have to download in order to be a developer. It's not a big deal. It's free, whatever. And then start creating there, and then just sell your services either on the platform, on the Discord server, be a Decentraland Discord server member, which I am, or just go to the conventional way, Upwork and Fiverr, and then sell your wares there. You would blow up. You would make so much money. But if you were just an artist, like you wanted to be a painter, just do OpenSea. And then eventually, if you get famous, you can go to Super Rare, which they have a limited amount of artists that they allow. Artsy says, I'd imagine people want to buy NFTs only when it's from a known artist. No, that's not the case. There is a huge subjective part of analysis of what NFTs to buy. I'm going to make a video about it coming up about how to select artists or NFTs, especially digital art NFTs. But I have to tell you that there are lots of people that are unknowns that are making big bucks. It's just, let me prove it to you. Go to OpenSea right now.io and search through just randomly. Just go into the digital art section and just look at stuff. And what's so great about the decentralized network is you can see all the sales. You know what's going on. So just go into one random collection and check out the pieces that are there. Click on one of the pieces that you like, go into the details section, which you just scroll down and go into the details section, and the sales section. You can see what it was minted for and what it's been selling for. And you can do a Twitter search of the artist, figure out what his followers or her followers are. If they're low followers, then they're, I hate to say it, they're not as popular as some of the biggest artists. You can do some more background on Instagram or whatever. You can find out where they're at. But I bet you'll find a lot of artists that have 100, 200 followers on Twitter that are making upwards of 0.5, 0.3 Ethereum per artwork. And what's so great, again, we don't talk about this enough, is that if you are an artist, you can build in a commission to your NFTs. So once you mint, you can make sure that going forward, every single time your NFT changes hands, you're getting 10% automatically. This is not like, dude, you sold my NFT 6 months after I created it, so you owe me that, $100. No, what ends up happening is every single time it's built into the smart contract that it changes hands, that money, that 10% or whatever the percentage is coming into your wallet. I mean, how awesome is that? So when you're evaluating making money with NFTs, it's not just the initial mint. It's actually forever, as long as you live. And frankly, your heirs. I mean, there are people out there, I'm thinking about Beeple, yeah, he sold, every day for 69 million. That's amazing. Amazing. No question about it. But think about what that guy is going to be making throughout history, right? I mean, or not history, excuse me, throughout the future. That's going to change hands. Someday the owner, I'm blanking on his name right now, but that owner is going to pass away, and his heirs are going to get this Beeple, and their heirs are not going to want this Beeple, and they're going to sell it, and they're going to not sell it for 69 million. They're going to sell it for 100 million or whatever it is. And they're going to continue to get a commission on that art. So, I mean, I tell you, sometimes I feel like I'm yelling at you right now, and I don't want to be, but I just want to tell you how urgent it is that you get involved in this. It is so much more robust than the current situation. I mean, golly, if you're a painter, putting together your paintings, working out with a local gallery to show those paintings, selling them for USD, trying to keep your copyrights to the art, not making any money on future exchanges or sales of the art, not being able to control your art, not being able to show your art. With NFTs, of course, the digital asset is different than the token. So you can continually put in your portfolio your NFTs, let's say it's digital art NFTs, even after you've sold them, because the copyright doesn't change hands, at least right now, and at least according to, let's say, the OpenSea or the Foundation platform. Think Rarible. It's either super rare or Rarible has a requirement that you actually sell your copyrights. But regardless, most of the platforms, you don't sell those copyrights. So, you make a great NFT, you give proof of ownership to some other dude, and then you continue to capitalize on your NFT. So again, I don't want to argue or yell, but it's mind blowing. All right. Dacho is here. Thank you, Dacho, for joining us today. What is white papers? So white papers are the document, generally the foundation document, written on white paper, typed up on a word processor, which spells out the plan for the NFT platform project or the NFT project or the blockchain project. So if you go to some of these, can I see it right here? Let me just see if I can get it real quick for you. Blockchain. Oh, maybe it's on Rocki. See if I just want to get it easy. Artist fund. About us. All right. Yeah. So let me show you on the screen the white paper so you'll understand what this is real quick. Share screen. Chrome tab. Rocki. Okay, is this? No. Oh, okay, yeah, this is it. Sure. Let me get this comment off the screen too. So right here on the Rocki page, wherever I'm at, you'll see Rocki white paper. So you click on that, and then you see this document. It was written in August of 2020, so a little bit over a year ago, and it is basically the business plan for Rocki technology, and they use it to get funding. They use it to explain their concept to the press and to people. I will tell you that the reading can be boring. I mean, it's not something that you really want to spend a whole lot of time. Oh, it's not showing up on. Oh, I know why. Sorry, I'll show it to you here. I apologize. It didn't show up. When I clicked in it, it didn't show up. So, oh, why is it not showing up? Chrome tab. Rocki white paper. Why is that not showing up? Okay, here we go. Sorry. So yeah, the white paper is right here. Like it said, it's a business plan. It's the plan they use to get funding for their project. This was written in August 2020. So I was going to say, while the reading for white papers is pretty legalistic and boring in a lot of ways, if you want to get the lowdown, if you want to research the project, a lot of these things, if you're putting money into the sandbox right now, you want to buy a 1x1, you're literally spending $12,000. I mean, that's the minimum, that's the floor price. So that's a lot of money. And we're talking, $50,000 gets you just a better plot, a plot that's closer to Atari or one of the big sponsors of the sandbox. So when you're doing that, you really want to research it, and you want to make sure that there is a good plan to grow the tokens on the platform, grow the world in the case of the sandbox. You really want to know that the founders have a good plan. So the best way, I think, is to read the white paper. This is only 13 pages, so it's not the end of the world. But the white paper will tell you what the project is about. And then the secondary source, usually it's a truncated version of the white paper, is the roadmap. So let's say you wanted to invest in the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is getting all the big press right now. Everyone wants to have a profile picture that's a Bored Ape. You can go on to that website, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and you can click on roadmap, and that will tell you not only the plan for the NFT, but also future things they're going to release, future deals, features of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and also partnerships. So in the Bored Ape, you pay, I think the minimum on that is $250,000. I mean, it's some huge amount of money, $250,000 for a Bored Ape. Mind blowing. But when you do buy it and you're the proof of, you have the proof of ownership for it, you are going to be automatically admitted to a Discord VIP club. And you're going to be in the company of big time people. Post Malone. I'm just trying to think of all the people that own Bored Apes. All the biggest artists. I mean, you're going to be able to be part of this Discord club with Drake. And that's cool. It's a $250,000 admission to some of the highest level celebrities, stars, millionaires, billionaires in the world. So that's the other part of the power of NFTs in general. But yeah, the roadmap is there to be able to explain to you the features and kind of where they're going in the future, when they're going to release, when they're going to mint other tokens, all the information you need to know. And then you can also subscribe to their email list and be able to get email updates for that. So that's what the whitelist is. If you're doing research on what you should invest your many thousands of dollars on, read the white paper. This is an awesome comment. I love this one. Dragiga Patrick says, hey, Ian, when will Web 3.0 be released? I don't know if he's joking or not. And either way, I'm still laughing. It's funny to say. Yeah, there's not going to be like an upgrade published to all of our PCs to upgrade us to Web 3.0. It's more of a euphemism to describe 3D, virtual reality, augmented reality, decentralized content. I'm just trying to think. Oh, crypto and blockchain technology in general. It's really just moving kind of 2D technology, watching a YouTube video, scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram Reels, looking at your LinkedIn page, which is just to me, it's almost antiquated right now, to moving into 3D. And so that's really what it is. It's been released now, and it has been released since the beginning of virtual reality mainstream technology. It's been released when we had these awesome 3D video games and these worlds, these communities, World of Warcraft and Cyberpunk 2077. So it's been released for a long time. But right now, we're starting to see the ability to monetize it for just the creator like you and I. So that's why I'm a big supporter. All right, Ted Otis is here. NFTs are the wild, wild west, but wouldn't using copyrighted artist music in an NFT be problematic? Ted has an awesome question, and the answer is absolutely yes. Our copyright laws have not caught up with Web 2.0. Our copyright laws are still ancient. They're talking about, books and radio broadcasts. So those are applicable, at least in America, England, and in Australia right now. And they're not doing a good job at providing us information about how copyright will be treated in blockchain. A lot of luminaries said, hey, blockchain's going to eliminate these copyright issues because it's going to require permission to use copyrighted content because of proof of ownership. That's not happening right now. And frankly, I don't think it should, because when you require permission to use other people's original content, you eliminate free speech and you eliminate creativity and artistic endeavors. Some of the best works of art have all been derivative. They've all been taken without permission, but transformed. So I'm a big proponent of fair use, even in this new metaverse, this Web 3.0. Blockchain will be upgraded at some point in time, and I think it's going to be upgraded to allow copyrighted control, and it's just not there yet. It's just not there yet, and I think it's also going to be up to the communities. I mean, when we move to Web 3.0, we're not talking about centralized platforms, despite the fact that Facebook, now Meta, is trying to get a foothold in the metaverse. We're moving to individual communities, OpenSea community, and that includes Discord and Twitter and various platforms around it, but it's just that community. And also we're seeing that there's governance involved in when you own tokens from various communities. In other words, you own an audio token from Audius, or you have 100, let's say, you have voting power about what is the future of that community. So what I think it's going to end up happening is we're going to have copyright rules that are almost like, that are unique to the communities, almost like states in America. We have federal laws and then we have state laws, and state laws are much more custom for the community, for the California community or the Arizona community. Same is going to be true in the Web 3.0. And so I think we're going to have individual rules that are going to have to be interoperable among the different communities. But yes, it is problematic. And as Ted was saying, we are in the wild, wild west. So if you are an artist who really relies upon other people's music, so big ones are DJs right now. DJs on Twitch, right? They're just mixing, they're getting views, but they're just risking their entire careers on the platform by using copyrighted content. I'm not telling you to break the law, but I'm telling you that when you move to Web 3.0, it's much looser because it's decentralized. There's no all you're beholden to is the community you're in. And if there are no community rules regarding copyright, there are no community rules on copyright. I have to tell you that there still is the cause of action of copyright infringement. We're going to see lawsuits where copyright owners are going to sue for use of their content in Web 3.0. There's no question about it. But but we're not there yet, and we haven't seen a whole bunch yet out there already. And so as a result, I guess if you were a creator coming to me and you said, Ian, where do I put my reaction content on YouTube or on Veracity or something like that, one of the video platforms that's in the NFT, the blockchain world? I'd say Veracity. You're going to have much looser regulations there. Can the credits earned by listening on Audius be converted to cash? PayPal, for example. Yes, they can. Right now, I believe you can get audio tokens on Uniswap and Binance, and then which are two cryptocurrency exchanges. You may be able to get them from the actual Audius website. I don't think so, but check that on me. And then what you do is you use Uniswap and you just convert the audio tokens to, let's say, Ethereum, and then you can obviously you can convert Ethereum to US dollars. So yeah, there will be a couple of transactions, I believe, to do the conversion. I don't know. You could look at Uniswap and see if they do a direct USD to audio. Maybe they do. Most of the time when they're kind of altcoins like audio is, there's going to be a conversion step. So what does that mean? That means 2 times gas fees and some transaction fees. But who cares? I mean, ultimately, if you're bought into Audius, let's grow your audios and hold those. Right now, the token is I mean, I don't know about now, but in general, these last 6 months or so, the token has been growing in value. I mean, pretty big too. I mean, like I said, as of today, when all the crypto markets are down, it was $1.58. It was $3, a few months ago. So it may be something you want to hold on to, but the answer is yes. You can trade in for USD. Cobalt Fox Plays is saying this is sounded like a second life, meeting people in a virtual world. Yeah, just go right now into Roblox and you can understand what's going on. You can meet people, talk to people, chat. Go into Decentraland. It's similar. Georgiga Patrick says, do we have samples of these decentralized site currently running? If so, can you name out a few for uploading? Yeah, Veracity is one of the video platforms that's trying to compete with Verasity. I think it's .io. Check it for me. But that's competing. I'll get some more for you. I can certainly put them in the description section. Nothing is coming to mind right now, but understand that I believe in decentralized video platforms, but I also believe more in creating metaverses into which video and audio content are. In other words, Joe Rogan could create a piece of land in the Sandbox or Decentraland, and what you do is you go with your avatar to Joe Rogan land. Maybe you have to own a Rogan token or something. Then you go into the land, and then you're able to listen to all his podcasts. You're able to see all of his podcast video. You're also to be able to see other features, benefits. Maybe you get to go to a comedy show with Joe Rogan. So while I'd have no problem with you trying to kind of relocate your content to a decentralized platform that's kind of like a YouTube, but in the web 3.0, that's fine. I would not be thinking that way. I would actually be thinking about metaverse, and I'd be thinking about what is the platform that most people are going to be visiting 3D. Right now, going to Decentraland and walking through is a little bit weird because you're doing it on a monitor, so it feels weird. But Decentraland works with virtual reality too. And if you got to imagine, if a lot of us are going to be in virtual reality in the next year or two, just start creating now where the people are going to be. So create your own land, rent land, figure out some way to be in one of these worlds, maybe create your own Roblox world like we're going to see next week. Hopefully Coconut Pete comes through and allows us to check out Ian Corzine land and Roblox. But yeah, think about it that way. If you want to see one of my videos, it's not going to YouTube anymore. It's going to Ian Corzine land and watching many different videos playing at the same time, live streams by me in person or on avatar. So think about much more expansive world for your content. That's the future. Hal Rios had just made a new TikTok account last week. Just got 100 followers. But on 6 short videos I'd uploaded, it got around 500, I think it's views each. Nice job, Hal Rio. Awesome. Kim is back. I was thinking that it would be great to use a 3D character of a movie star saying a famous line from a movie in a YouTube video. Arnold saying, "I'll be back." You're going to have to check and see if that's trademarked. Go to one of my trademark videos to do a trademarks search on uspto.gov. Because I imagine "I'll be back" is trademarked, so you don't want to be infringing that stuff. But you know what? If you're doing a parody, the parody works, fair use works with both copyright and trademark. So I think you're going to be okay. Certainly you're going to be okay, I think, with YouTube AI. I don't think they're going to be able to pick that up unless you use a verbatim "I'll be back" from the Terminator 1 or 2 movie. But if you just either have the language pop up in words or if some other actor says it, then I don't think you're going to have a problem. As far as actual legal liability, you have a risk, but it's probably an insubstantial risk, because whenever you try to prove a copyright infringement or trademark infringement case, you've got to, as the plaintiff, prove damages. You doing a 3D character on a YouTube video and just saying for a second "I'll be back" is probably not damaging the brand. It's actually probably helping the brand. So probably you're okay, but we can talk about it more. If anytime you guys would like to consult with me to talk about NFTs, to talk about content on YouTube or wherever the platform is, Decentraland, you can go to iancorzine.com, and there is a little box there up at the upper right-hand corner. Click on that, and then we can meet personally. We can go through what you're doing. You can upload videos, upload documents, and we can go through that stuff, and I can give you advice on the future and some of the legal issues that come up when you're creating the content you're creating. So, all right, Ted, subbed and liked. Thank you so much, Ted, for joining us. I appreciate it. And I got to tell you guys, like I told you today, it is a new world with NFTs. There is so much out there, and it's mind-blowing what's out there. So I encourage you guys to, in your little niche, if you're a 3D animator, look at some of the 3D animations you see in OpenSea. If you're a music creator, go to Audius, just check it out. If you're a music creator that you want to create NFTs, go to Foundation. If you're a listener, go to Rocki. Just test these things, read through the websites, and I got to tell you, your mind is going to be blown about the possibilities. So anyway, I'd love for you to do that, and I'm going to be live next week at 8 a.m. or actually 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. EST. And also a video coming out on Tuesday. I'd love for you to watch it. It's a soup to nuts lawyer tutorial on putting crypto in a wallet, and then also having cold storage, and then also uploading NFTs to your wallet so that you can protect them. Some of those NFTs are going to be worth millions, and you do not want to risk them. So check that out for Tuesday coming out, and I will see you then.